Hi, this is Lee, this is Politics Girl, and today we are talking the importance of the Supreme Court, Part 1. Now, you might have heard over the Valentine's weekend that Justice Scalia of the Supreme Court died unexpectedly. What you might not understand is what a gigantic deal this really is. Antonin Scalia has been a huge figure in the court for the past 30 years, not just physically, but as the physical embodiment of conservative values and what they stand for in America. The idea that his replacement could be chosen by a free-thinking liberal president like President Obama is becoming the topic in American politics. Based on age alone, we knew the next president would likely have to fill 2 seats in the Supreme Court, but Antonin Scalia's was not one of them. Most people expected him to serve at least another 8 years. While Obama has already nominated and replaced 2 justices during his term as presidency, he replaced liberals with liberals, so that didn't really change the court ideologically. This new vacancy is the first time in 50 years a Democratic president has had the opportunity to swing the court's pendulum from the right to the left, and people are freaking out. The thing is, people don't pay much attention to the Supreme Court, but they really should. A president might serve 4 to 8 years in office, but a Supreme Court justice is for life. It's really the Supreme Court's opinions and biases and interpretations of the law that we have to live with for a generation. And this development with Scalia is a huge wake-up call for how incredibly important the job of the Supreme Court justice really is, and how essential it is to choose the right president to nominate those people. A liberal or a conservative high court can affect the country more than any one politician ever could. The Supreme Court ended segregation, it made abortion legal, it forced a president to resign, and it decided the 2000 presidential election. Because even if you ignore politics, the decision that the Supreme Court makes affects your life on a daily basis. Your congressmen and your senators are basically air traffic controllers, and the president and his cabinet are the plane that you're sitting in. But the Supreme Court, they're the pilots, and if they're drunk, or they're negligent, or they're incompetent, you're dead. You could have the sweetest jet on the planet. You could have the sharpest guys in the control tower. But if your team making the end game decisions chooses wrong, you're gonna crash. Where do you stand on climate change? On gun control? On abortion? On money in politics? On immigration? On civil rights? Because it's the Supreme Court that will decide that for you. The president represents America, but it's the court that ultimately tells you what America is going to look like. So, this upcoming election is not going to be about punishing the big banks or about destroying ISIS. This election is about who we are as a country, what our values are, what we want our future to look like. And that is about as important as it gets. So that's the importance of the Supreme Court, Part 1. Stay tuned, watch the next video for the importance of the Supreme Court, Part 2, where we delve a little bit deeper into it. Not sure what that was. Subscribe to the channel, Politics Girl, get in the know.